All right, I'm so happy you guys are here. It's always good to see you. And this product, it's cool that this product, I knew that Ross was going to mention something that was in this. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Okay, so why don't you guys talk about, Real Wellness is an incredible herbal company of all sorts. You can say more about it, but this is a new product that you guys have come out with, and you can talk about any other things also that you want to. Okay. Go ahead, Boss Lady. Yeah, I said to Linnea, or I said to Ricky, I'm like, how do you feel about being Linnea's husband here at Rama? Ricky's like, that's fine. I mean, I can deal with it. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead, Linnea.
Hello. I took notes, too, to make sure I cover everything while we're up here. Do you want me
We
to
do
take
have
that?
this if you want to hold it.
Okay,
Yeah. Linnea's husband. Yeah.
So I'm Linnea Miron, and this is my husband, Ricky Williams. And this is our team over here clapping for us. Yeah. Thank you, Real Wellness team. So we met several years ago, and he has been a longtime student of, he's a healer, and he's been a longtime student of herbalism, all of it, Western, Eastern, Ayurvedic, and he's currently getting his master's in TCM at Emperor's College, which is a very renowned school for medicine in Santa Monica up the road. So when we met several years ago, I fell in love with herbs the same time I was falling in love with him. And he taught me a lot about the personalities of the different herbs in ways that I, wish we'd been taught when we were younger and in school. And these are things we just weren't taught. So we started on our own. I was still a corporate lawyer at the time, and he liberated me from that life. And we started making herbal remedies for our friends and our family. And we were seeing quick results. And out of that, we launched Real Wellness 2 years ago. So our mission is a healer in every household. And we do that by providing accessible plant medicine formulas to those who are interested in taking healing into their own hands. And right now, everyone's in their households. Yeah. And they need something to do. And they need something to do besides just watch Netflix. And we've been watching what's been going on in the news, and we're very concerned by the behaviors of what we're seeing, how people are choosing to respond to what's going on.
It's concerning.
Well, it is, and for us, it's being proactive, it's been amazing listening to all of the great advice and ideas and perspectives. Yeah. And so, we're happy that we can share what we do with people. And we, there's an 800-year-old formula called Jade Windscreen. And it's an amazing formula. It's 3 herbs. And, the main herb, or the chief herb, is astragalus, and it's a chi tonic, and so it really helps build what in Chinese medicine we call the Wei Qi, which is the energy of protection. Western medicine calls it the immune system, but actually when the Chinese point of view is we get energy from 2 main sources. The first is the air we breathe, so the lungs become extremely important. And also in Chinese medicine, the lungs are considered the sensitive organ because they're exposed to the environment. And so when we get a cold or we get a flu, in Chinese medicine, we refer to this as a wind invasion, usually wind heat or wind cold. Yeah. And so this formula, Jade Wind Screen, it's like a screen. It protects your body from the wind invasion. I like learning Chinese medicine because a lot of it is taught through stories, and if you go way back in China, to the Han Dynasty. You know, they believed that disease was caused by if you did something mean to someone, their ancestors would curse you. You know, and the next dynasty, the medicine theory advanced to where it wasn't always the ancestors; it could have been ghosts, right? And today, that language still exists in Chinese medicine. We talk about evils attacking us, you know, coming in on the wind. And if you think about the way that people are responding to this is what it feels like. You know, there's some ghost or something out there that's going to come and attack us. And so Huang Qi, the chief herb here, you know, it's interesting. I've been playing with this formula and taking it, and you know, herbs are powerful. And so before I go into the details, I want to give a warning. Anyone that has hypertension or high blood pressure, to start off with the lower dosage and build up, because what Huang Qi does is it raises the Yang Qi. You know, it's the defensive Qi. And the way they talk about the defensive Qi in Chinese medicine is they say it's like soldiers walking around the fort, guarding the fort, you know? And really, when you take this herb, you feel energized, you know? And a correlate to this that I've come in contact with myself is, and one of my favorite quotes is, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. And that's everything, right? And so thinking about all of us are having these different responses to what's going on right now, and to ask the question, you know, what can I do with this, right? And so, you know, messing around with this formula, taking Huang Qi, I just got a burst of energy. And I started making plans. I started thinking about what am I going to do, being proactive, right? This yang energy going forward. And it fits, you know, thinking about, you know, where we're headed, right? And using this time to reflect and get clear where we're going, okay? And so the chief is the Huang Qi, right? It builds up our energy, okay? And another thing that I noticed is it's very much for the Wei Qi, the defensive protection is very much connected to our aura, you know? This idea of something trying to invade us, but if we're strong, it bounces off, right? And during typical flu season, right? Some people get sick, some people don't, right? And so one of the signs of your Wei Qi being weak is spontaneous sweating, okay? One of the functions of the lungs is it controls the opening and closing of our pores. And so if the lung qi isn't strong enough, the pores will stay open and we'll find ourselves sweating for no reason, okay? So this would be an indication that this formula would be very helpful. It's one of the #1 indications for it is sweating. And also fatigue, right? This also is a sign that our qi is low. And an interesting one that's connected to the toilet paper craze is loose stools, you know? Is that if your stools are loose, you need more toilet paper. And so another...
That's why.
Yeah.
I've been asking, why is everybody buying toilet paper? I don't understand.
Well, and another connection
and
here
I like
to
your
our...
Freud response.
Another connection to our qi here is worry, right? Worry affects the spleen, you know? And if we're worrying and our mind's going, it's not good for our immune system, right? And I heard earlier this idea of forgiveness. The lungs, in Chinese medicine, lungs are connected to grief, you know? And the lungs are about letting go. So as we have downtime, it's a good time to practice forgiveness and to think, you know, what's weighing me down? What can I let go of, right? From a really a Taoist Chinese medical perspective, these are ways that we can help build our defensive qi.
And also forgiving ourselves for how much of Netflix we're going to be watching.
Yes.
I feel like that's going to be like, for the type A among us, it's like, forgive yourself now. Pre-forgive yourself for...
Well, I think as long as you like fit in one of the Animal Planets or animal documentaries, you don't feel as guilty.
Yeah. If you learn something,
exactly.
It's not True Detective season 1.
Exactly.
Although you learn a lot. I don't know about that. Have you guys watched it? It's really good.
Yes. Okay, and so Huang Qi, the next herb in the formula is, what we got?
You want to do
Baiju, Atractylose. another chi tonic. It's more specifically for digestion, and it's very good for water metabolism. So again, if we have dampness, it shows up as loose stools. It shows up as bloating. And so Baiju helps our digestion. And it also helps control the pores, right? So this idea of stop sweating. It helps, because when we sweat, right, we're losing chi, we're losing energy. And the third herb is, it's called feng feng, or siler root. And what it means is wind protector, you know? And so the way we treat a flu or a cold, an exterior attack in Chinese medicine, is through diaphoretics, sweating, right? Open the pores, get the pathogen out. And feng feng is nice because it will expel a pathogen, but it does it in a gentle way so it doesn't deplete us, right? And so these three herbs really are what the formula is built for, building up our immunity for times like this. And we added a little bit of licorice. It's a chi tonic, so again, it'll help boost our energy, but you know, and probably 70% of Chinese formulas, you'll see licorice at the bottom, and they say it because it harmonizes. It's another way to say it helps it
makes everything taste good.
Taste better, so you'll actually drink it.
Yeah.
And it's a chi booster, so it's perfect for this formula.
Yeah, and so, you know, again, the warning is if you have hypertension or high blood pressure, you know, go slow with the Huang Qi and build up. And just in general, a lot of people who haven't used Chinese herbs, they can be a little strong at first, and so start slow. And, you know, we wanted to offer this to people in times like this, you know, because it's a wonderful formula, but really the idea of there's something that I can do, you know.
Yeah.
I think this feeling of feeling helpless is just, it's not good for our chi. It's not good for us.
Yeah, we've made it similar to like a Blue Apron, like a meal kit type of product, right? To his point of the consumer at home does the final thing to actually make the medicine before they consume it. And I found when we do that in our house, I have an immense sense of satisfaction that not only am I feeling better, but I've actually used my own hands to do it. And that's what we want to make for people, you know, is that if we put all of these in a tea bag together, you wouldn't get to see the magic individual personalities of these herbs. They smell different, they taste different, they look different. And like Ricky said, they each have a personality, you know, like the feng feng that he was mentioning, we think of it like the bouncer or a security guard outside of your door, right? So a pathogen comes out and it pushes them away. And the attractolodes is a defensive energy. It sort of pulls down, you know, it shuts all the doors, it shuts all the windows, and it protects while the bouncer's pushing everything away. And then you have those other two, the licorice and the astragalus, that are sort of charging up your battery while those other two are protecting you. And I love licorice too. It's not in this, but this is why we didn't call it jade windscreen, because we took jade windscreen that Dr. Ross mentioned earlier, and then we added the licorice, so we call it the protective shield, because it really, I've been on it now for a while, and I've never felt better. I go out into the world with confidence. I feel as if I have a shield around me, and it's a great feeling to have in times like this when you know, we want to strengthen ourselves to be able to help ourselves and each other right now. And I see a lot of very tired people, a lot of very low energy people. And we feel that we have something to offer people that can be mailed right to their doorstep, right? So you're home and you can do this and you can learn about herbs at the same time.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, the other thing is talking about thieves essential oil, you know, a good practice here, and it's something I got from one of my instructors at school, is if you take thieves oil and you put a couple drops on a couple of acupuncture points, right, to build the lung qi, the wei qi. The first is lung 1 or lung 1 or 2, and if you feel in your shoulder right here, there's your collarbone, and right underneath your collarbone in the corner there's a soft spot, okay? That's lung 2, and if you go down about an inch, that's lung 1. And so to rub a little oil right there on both sides, and also what we call the source point, or a powerful point on the lung channel, is right here, you know, at the crease of your wrist. If you bend your wrist, you know, there's this little pocket right there, and you rub a little oil right there. And suggestion is do it 3 days in a row, 3 days off, 3 days in a row. And this is, what's interesting about, Taoism in Chinese medicine, it's about finding correspondences. It's about finding things that work for you. What I love about Chinese medicine is it doesn't separate the body from the soul and from consciousness. And, you keep them together, it really boosts our natural immunity.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Really beautiful. Thank you guys for everything that you're doing. And I haven't told you specifically, Ricky. I've told Linnea that I don't know which product is my mom vaporizing. Which one did you guys give her? Yeah.
The Serenity.
Yeah.
The Serenity formula.
My mom's quarantined, vaporizing and yelling at Shubhapreet about her Netflix, and it's all because of you, Ricky.
Oh, good.
But no, it's really helping her Parkinson's.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. And I know it's helping a lot of people, like true medicinal, people who really need medicinal marijuana and CBD products.
Yeah.
So you guys are really the top of the pops. So.
Yeah. Well, I find just the idea of taking something natural and using it to bring your body back into balance in and of itself is a healing idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything you're doing, and so good to see you, and bless you guys. And so this is available. Say your website.
Yeah. So our website is realwellnessherbal.com, and we're offering a 20% discount on it. Rama20 is the discount code if you purchase it here. We have some in the studio and online. It's 20% off. It sells for $42 for a 14-day supply. It's $3 a day. It's cheaper than your Starbucks, and it gives you 14 grams of herbs. This is an average tea bag we took from what was this medicinal tea company? Traditional Medicinals. Most medicinal tea bags have about 2 to 3 grams of herbs in them. Mm-hmm. This is 2 to 3 grams. Ours yields every day 14 grams. It's 5 times the size of a standard tea bag that you would buy in a store. And we provide you with 14 days of it. It yields a little below 3 cups. You sip it throughout the day, and you just keep the shield going. But that's realwellness.com. And on Instagram, we're also Real Wellness Herbal. On there as well.
Yeah. So formulas. It's funny. I was in Taiwan last year, and it was strange going into a pharmacy and there were no pharmaceuticals. It was just herbs. Yeah. And so the formulas traditionally are in a pharmaceutical grade, but since we're all yogis here, it's a lower dosage than the pharmaceutical dosage, but over 2 weeks it gently builds your immune system.
Beautiful.
And we've made some for the people that are here in the studio. There's some out in the gift shop if you want to taste it to see if you like it, and you can really get a feel for it when you drink it.
Yeah, and I had a couple pounds of reishi at the house, and so I added some reishi to the batch that I made out there, and
just for you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
It's a more expensive herb.
Yeah.
So please help.
So we made it for you guys for showing up here.
Thank you. And also Sarah from Vitalist made some what did she call it? Electrolyte, sorry. I'm thinking Electrolyte Lemonade, which is like my favorite drink for the past 20 years. And I really could have an IV of it. And you made some and brought it over for us, which we really appreciate.
And then I was just going to tell people how to make it at home.
Yeah.
Because it's really important. And the blender is such a good friend. And then just one tip outside of Electrolyte Lemonade, raw apple cider vinegar with baking soda and a little water, just 4 times a day. It's like 1/4 of a teaspoon with a cap of the vinegar and a little bit of water. Shooting this sort of helps the hydrochloric acid in your stomach, and baking soda or sodium bicarbonate is a byproduct of pancreatic function. So when you take this, it actually sort of helps work against mold, fungus, and yeast in your system, and sort of can boost your immune system in itself.
That's great.
That's a quick at-home tip that we can easily do and everyone can afford. $5.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
and then Electrolyte Lemonade. So I'm not going to give you the portions because it's my top secret, but you basically need a couple of lemons, a couple of apples, and the lemon you want to leave a little bit of the skin on, and the apples you get the core out and the seeds. You put that in your blender, and you can use fresh turmeric or you can use powdered turmeric. Put some sea salt in, and we recommend using olive oil because it sort of soothes and lubricates the cells. And I use honey, and if you prefer not to have honey in your drink, you can use something else. But honey is a delivery mechanism, antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial, and a beauty food all the way around. You can put that in, and that acts like a delivery system for the rest of the drink, and then filtered water. And you blend this up, and you have electrolyte lemonade. And don't forget the sea salt. So the sea salt adds to the electrolyte. And lemons are a huge source of potassium, which we don't think about often. And you get 139% of vitamin C with one lemon. So it's a superior drink at this time. You blend it up, you store it in your refrigerator, and it's water that's absorbable into your system, so it's great for hydration. We have a few samples, only like 10, but you're welcome to try it, and you can make this at home, and I bless you in this process. So.
Yeah, but it's never as good as yours. It's messed up because
blend it long, like blend the thing.
I'm serious though.
Satnam.
Thank you so much, and thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you out there on Rama TV. This is our last time together in person for a little while, but we're going to be live streaming like C-SPAN from Rama Venice. We're gonna all the ins and the outs. We're gonna be doing all sorts of fun stuff, and we'll be kind of revealing our schedule every day, and all sorts of cool recitations and prosperity meditations and global meditations, and Equinox will be doing all day long things to support your activation in these very wild times. But there's some major miracles and mysticism happening, and all of our prayers out to you and to everyone here. Thank you for being here with us, and our community is so amazing, and it's growing, and we love you. So Satnam. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Reality Riffing. These are conversations that I think are important with people who are doing great things in the world about subject matters that need to be discussed. If you enjoyed the content, the conversation, please feel free to share with your people, share with your friends and family, rate the podcast below, and also subscribe.